Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Happy Sunday! Today marks the first week of our collaboration over on the Facebook page Crafty Manipulators. This is the thrift store collaboration where basically each week there's a specific thrift store item that we have to make over. You want to buy it from a thrift store or like an inexpensive store. This is just you know, fun stuff you can do. Beautiful gifts, but will also save you some money. So this week is altered frames. So I actually in the process of moving, so I found these frames that I bought from a thrift store. I think they came from Walmart originally, but I got them for like 50 cents for like 5 of them. So I'll show you the back of the frame. This is what it is. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they come from Walmart or Michael's. They're like the 99-cent frames. But anyway, I got mine from a thrift store. So the challenge was to alter it any way you want it. It didn't have a specific theme or anything like that. So I went with a Mother's Day theme. Let me show you this beautiful frame that I made. Look at that beautifulness. You can probably hear my chair. It's a squeaky chair. I was so excited. This is my grandmother's dog. And so I made this frame for her. These are the flowers that I love to do. And well, I'll show you guys one in just a second. So I took the picture frame and I inked it just with my Tim Holtz vintage photo, just to kind of give it a little vintage color. I made a rosette out of gold foil paper. Here's a small one. That's what it looked like before I added the bird. The bird is a little die cut that was gifted to me by Marcy. And I cut it out in gold and pink, and I just used the feather and the wing and the belly of the pink one and glued it to the gold one to give it some of that pink and gold. I added some tulle behind it, and I added this champagne Happy Mother's Day. I did print it from my Cameo. I don't have Cricut. I don't know why I was going to say Cricut, but from my Cameo. This vinyl I got from Tuesday Morning. I do not recommend this vinyl at all. It is so hard to work with. I've had to do this like 5 or 6 times. It took me over an hour to do it. And the stupid vinyl wouldn't come off the backing with the transfer tape. And I have name brand transfer tape. And it just, like, as you can see, this one, when you're trying to weed it, the letters were coming off. It's very hard to weed. And it just was miserable to work with, so I don't recommend it. But if I finally got enough pieces to spell out Happy Mother's Day, and now my S is covered, but it'll work out. So I thought that was super cute. And the fun thing, I don't know if you guys can see all this shimmer on here, it's actually this Mod Podge glitter, because I'm not a huge loose glitter person, but I love the look of it. And so let's see if we can zoom in and get it in there. Yeah, you can see it. So what I did is I just took a toothbrush and dipped it in the Mod Podge Extreme Glitter, and I went around the flowers. So it gave it the look of stickles, but this whole thing was $9. Actually, I think I got it cheaper than that. But it's 8 ounces, and you know, that'll last me for years and years and years, instead of buying, you know, bottles and bottles and bottles of stickles. So just that, and it gave that same shimmer. The flowers aren't, I was worried they were going to be like crispy and kind of hard, but they're not. So I really love it. I thought this was super cute. And so let's go ahead and do one of the flowers. These flowers are the most, that's how it stands, most requested tutorial from me. All it is 4 layers of this punch. It is a 6-petal punch from Stampin' Up. Oh, sorry. That's all it is. You can get this flower in PDF form. I'm sure the Cameo I know the Cameo has the same flower you can purchase. I don't know about the Cricut, but you can also get it on Google. You're going to need, for the pink flowers, I used the Tim Holtz vintage photo. For the white, well, the cream flowers, I used Tim Holtz sponge sugar. and ink the edges. So that's these flowers here. Okay, so all you do is punch out 4 layers of this flower, go around the edges as much as you like or as little as you like. I just do a quick, oh sorry, I forgot I have to do this on camera, I'm just shaking it up. I just do a quick little ink up like that. And then you're gonna take, if you have thick paper, you're just gonna take some water. This is one of those Walmart spritzers. You're just gonna mist it lightly, and that just helps it crumple. You don't have to use the water, but it's easier. So you just crumple it up. The more wrinkles you have, the nicer they look. So once you have 4 layers all crumpled up, you're just gonna open them up. And so the next part, you can actually, you have 2 choices. You can use a brad or you can use a staple. To me, it doesn't matter. I do it both ways, but I ran out of staples, so today we'll be doing it with a brad, but you can't tell which ones were done with the brad and which ones were done with the staple. I'm not going to point them out because I do know which was what, but you can't tell. So I use these regular, you know, like teacher school brads I get from Walmart. They had some with some shorter arms, I guess, but I'm going to use up these ones first. The shorter arms will probably be a little bit better. Prongs, there we go, the shorter prongs. So these ones are going to be very crinkly because I already prepped them, and now they're completely dry, so they're really stiff. You don't want to soak your flour, you just want to mist it a little bit just to give it a little, just to break down the fiber so it's easy to crumple them. But if you let it dry all the way, you see how I'm struggling to open these up, that's what's going to happen. So if you do let it dry, it's going to be a little bit harder, but okay. Right, so I like to put the one with the most wrinkles on top, which is going to be this one. And then the one with the least wrinkles should be on the very bottom because you want your bottom to flare out. So all I'm doing is offsetting the petals just a little bit. And then my last one, I'm going to take a crocodile, or this one actually. My crocodile's, I don't know where it is. Crocodile is easier because it can get in the middle without struggling. This one I just force it to the center. So you're going to punch the hole and punch your brad through the hole like so. Flip it over, undo the prongs, and now we're just going to go layer by layer. Honestly, I like the staple. I do like the staples better because the layers don't move. On a brad, the layers can move, and then it'll take your offset off. But all I'm doing is taking my 4 fingers and lifting the flour around the brad and smushing it. And I'm going to do, like, I try to smush so you can't see the brad. Sometimes I do show the brad if I want a little gold accent, but this one I don't. Okay, so I'm just doing the same thing. So from this side, it just kind of looks like, I'll show you in the last one. It doesn't matter if you do it upside down or right side up. Okay, so it just kind of looks like I'm pinching it. I try not to make a square, but pinching it with your 4 fingers, you kind of have to. Okay, so I just push my prongs down so that way, I don't know why I do it, I just do. And then you're just going to take your thumb like this, hold the middle of the flower, and take the layers around it and just fluff it. Now if you want to show your brad, then you're not going to hold that middle layer as tightly, or if at all. Okay. That's all you do. You just fluff it until you get it how you want it to look. And for instance, this one, the offset kind of went off just a little bit, so I'm just going to take the layers and offset it some more just by swinging it around that brad. And like I said, with the staple, you don't get that swing around. It won't move. But there you have it. That's it. And then all you do, like I said, is you take a toothbrush I just got a whole bunch of these from Dollar Tree. And the Mod Podge, I'm going to throw that away. And you just get a generous amount and literally just brush it on. So I did this stuff after I glued them because I didn't want my hands to get dirty. So you can do it now, you know, whenever. The more you put on, the shinier it's going to be. Or the shimmery? I don't know, is that a word? Okay. So I'm going to put a whole bunch on this one. And then I just like the tips of the petals. You can go in the flowers. You can add extra glue. You know, and then you can add glitter if you want. But this works out perfectly. And that's what I did. So definitely check out the other ladies down in the description box. And if you want to see more fun things that are going on, please join us on the Facebook page, Crafty Manipulators. That is the sister page to my page, which is Coffee, Cake, and Crafting. All right, guys, enjoy your Sunday. Bye.